Your biggest strength as a creative leader is not your creativity. Actually, it is not even your technical skills. Remember when one of the most creative person in 21st century said,
I have no technical ability.
I know we all thought similar to this flow when it comes to success. Raw talent, then knowledge of tools, then skill set. This is the way to become a success. Well, it for sure will help you get clients, but these are only entry requirements. Eventually, you will hit a ceiling. And now with AI and potentially a generation that has completely different tools than you on their way, you need something else. And if you're interested in being a creative leader, it is something beyond your talent that will set you apart. It is your emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence. Really? Yes. Talent might help you create stunning work, but emotional intelligence is what turns one-off projects into partnerships. It's what transforms teams into high-performing creative ecosystems. And it will turn your business into a sustainable, scalable brand. So today, we are diving into emotional intelligence. I'll break down what it really is, how you can develop it, and share a few actionable tactics you can start practicing today to build stronger teams and scale your creative business. For years, we've been told that being exceptional at our craft is enough to succeed. It is partly true, but it can get you only so far. Think of a great photographer you know. Maybe they take breathtaking shots. The composition, the framing, the lighting, all outstanding. But think about this. If they cannot communicate with clients, publishers, or other artists, if they were not able to lead, how far do you think they will go? Would you even hear about them? Technical mastery is essential, but it's not infinite. At some point, you will hit a ceiling, a point where more skill won't solve the bigger challenges, like leading a team, aligning with clients, scaling a business. Technical mastery focuses on output, but leadership is about outcomes. Output is all about the tangible work you produce, the deliverables, the photos or videos, the design files. The mindset here is, I did the task, so I succeeded. And that's fine for being a creator. But as you scale up, you're not only responsible for creating the work, you're responsible for creating impact. So, creator, output, leadership, outcome. When you're leading your team, technically, perfect is just one criteria. Keeping clients' deeper needs in mind, like engagement or marketing goals, is what will make your team successful. Outcomes are about the result, the impact, and the why behind the work. It's about the value your work creates for the people involved, clients, team members, or the audience. The invitation here is big picture thinking. How does this work achieve its goals and improve a situation? Here are some outcome-based questions you can use for projects you are working on right now to practice big picture thinking. 1. What is this work meant to achieve? Does it support the client reach their goals? Sales, engagement, clarifying messaging? 2. How does it make my team, clients, audience feel? Did your team feel proud, motivated, and aligned while working on it? 3. What lasting value does it create? Did this project strengthen the partnership with the client or open doors for future opportunities? Here is the thing. Achieving outcomes isn't just about strategy or process. It requires something much deeper. Emotional intelligence. And it doesn't mean being nice, never getting angry, or singing kumbaya with your team. It's about understanding emotions, yours and others, and using them to lead with clarity and purpose. Think of it as street smarts for your emotions. Emotional intelligence. What is it? And do I need to meditate on mountaintop to get good at it? Good news. It's a skill. Daniel Goleman, one of the OGs in this space, defines emotional intelligence as having 5 core components. Don't worry, I'm gonna keep it practical. 1. Self-awareness. Know your emotional triggers and how they affect your decisions. Because when you're aware of your emotions, you can lead without letting frustration or burnout cloud your judgment. 2. Self-regulation. This is being calm under pressure. Manage your impulses and adapt to challenges with clear head. Self-management is the difference between reacting and responding. And considering our business is always under stress, this is a critical skill. This is how you can clearly communicate. So, here's a pro tip. When you're feeling off balance, try this. Take a slow, deep breath from the nose, hold for 3 seconds, and exhale slowly. It's simple, but it works. 3. Internal motivation. Be driven to achieve success for the achievement, not an external thing. Not money, not for looking good, but for your internal, intrinsic motivation. Doing for the joy of the journey, the joy of doing work that aligns with who you are. And that is contagious in leadership. When your team sees you motivated by purpose, it inspires them to bring their best. That's the ripple effect of intrinsic motivation. 4. Empathy. It's about putting yourself in someone else's shoes, especially when decisions affect them directly. This is a game changer. Understand and relate to the emotions of your team, your clients, and the audience. Empathy is what builds trust. It's how you make your team feel valued and your clients feel understood. Taking a moment to take a time for a team member who is struggling is kind and also good. Last but not least, social skills. This is about communication, collaboration, and connection. Consciously manage relationships to move people in desired directions, whether that be rallying your team or getting buy-in from your clients or partners, or resolving conflicts. Be the glue that holds it all together. Creativity flourishes under inspiring environments. Be a leader that aligns people. Now that we've broken down emotional intelligence, let's talk about why I think it's useful for you as a creative business leader. I bet you heard of Pixar, studio behind Inside Out, Toy Story, Up, Ratatouille. Pixar's secret isn't just their technical mastery, it's their culture of emotional intelligence. Ed Catmull, Pixar's former president, famously said, "Mistakes aren't necessarily evil. They aren't evil at all. They are an inevitable consequence of doing something new." Why I found this emotionally intelligent? Because it fosters psychological safety. Team members know they can take risks without fear of blame. It's empathy in action. Creativity will thrive in an environment where failure is seen as part of the process. And you know the results. A team that produces consistent, groundbreaking work and stays motivated even under pressure. You might be thinking, that sounds great, but how do I do empathy? Systems. Start by making empathy a system. You're gonna hear me say this again. You do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. So, what are those systems look like? 1. One-on-one check-ins. Schedule regular time with each team member, not to micromanage, but to understand their challenges and goals. 2. Anonymous feedback loops. Create spaces for your team to share concerns without fear of judgment. This could be as simple as a Google form. 3. Vision alignment sessions. Periodically realign the team on the why behind the work. When everyone feels connected to the bigger picture, collaboration becomes effortless. These things will really re-energize your team. This will turn routine work into something meaningful. This is not all theatrical mumbo-jumbo. Do the work and make the work better. So, how do you embed this to your team's culture? In my Creative Operations Blueprint, I help leaders operationalize emotional intelligence into their daily processes without losing authenticity. What does that look like? Feedback SOPs. Have templates for giving constructive feedback in a way that empowers rather than deflates. Collaboration cadence. Set a rhythm for team interactions, moments to realign your team with the bigger picture. Now I'm gonna say things that might be counterintuitive to you because you may hear me saying slow down. But here's a counterintuitive truth. Sometimes slowing down leads to faster growth. Look, I understand, in creative business, almost all decisions feel urgent. Clients push for quick answers, deadlines loom. But fast decisions made under pressure may create bigger problems down the line. So invitation is not to stop, but slow down to systematically, 1, gather input from your team, 2, ask better questions, 3, ensure clarity before execution. This pause allows for smarter, more aligned decisions, and ironically, it will save time in long run. You know what I do. I cannot tell you how many times slowing down saved my producers and creatives from a total misfire on deliverable. How? We just took a moment to clarify clients' goals. That's it. Here's the bottom line. Emotional intelligence isn't just nice to have theory for creative leaders. It's an essential skill, essential tool in your belt. Because creativity might get you noticed, but emotional intelligence will make you a leader. It will keep you in the room and inspire others to follow you. Imagine leading a team where everyone feels seen, heard, and empowered. Imagine the ripple effects that could transform not just your clients, but your entire business. That's the power of emotional intelligence. If you're ready to lead with impact and grow a creative business you love, follow me for more tips on creative leadership and operations.